Hello everybody, shift your mindset here. It's getting dark here. 4 hours of an annual meeting 2025. And the feeling I have after watching this movie, we just can get it right by this scripture. Isaiah 8:21. See only distress and darkness, obscurity and hard times, gloom and no brightness. It was a big nothing burger. It was a very, very strange annual meeting. Why? The chair was, of course, Jeffrey Jackson, who thought he was funny with jokes and other weird stuff. They started, of course, with a song and a prayer, and then he started with trivia questions. 15 questions during the annual meeting before and after talks of the governing body. Very strange. Particularly strange is that one of the questions was, who was the first president of Watchtower Society? And that is not Charles Taze Russell. No, it's Henry Conley, 1881. Russell only took power when it was 1884. So strange, because it's always Charles Taze Russell. Charles Taze Russell Rutherford. And now they made a question about who the first president was. And if you talk with Jehovah Witnesses, they only knew Charles Taze Russell. And if you say, no, it's Henry Conley, then they say it's not true. So Russell became president. But what's about those trivia questions in an annual meeting? So the whole atmosphere was about being funny, making jokes I didn't get often, but can be me, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I put the stream in the comments on the post. Then we started with which brother served the longest in the governing body. That's Garrett Loesch. And he started with the first talk. Appreciating Jehovah's temple. Temple here, temple there, temple here. It's about temples. Physical temple, spiritual temple. You have a temple with the inner chamber, and you have the most holy and the holy chamber. And together as an organization, we are the temple. Is that including the children? Yes, also including the children. But the anointed one are, of course, in the most holy chambers where not everybody was allowed in. But we're all temples. Temple here, temple there. For a minute, I thought he is building up to something. I thought Garrett Loesch is building up to something. I believe in last annual meeting, he said there were 2 new governing body members. But nothing. So he was highlighting the difference between a figurative temple, the anointed Christian and God's dwelling place by spirit, and a spiritual temple, the arrangement made by Jesus for pure worship. And then he clarified past misunderstandings, and then Ezekiel's vision, New Jerusalem, and it meant arrangement of worship. So a new release was made for the soundtrack 2 and 3 of the Good News series. That's all. Then we got Samuel Hurd. Also very, very encouraging. Samuel Hurd. Not. Because his theme of his talk was, there is still one thing lacking about you. That's positive, guys. There's always one thing lacking about you. So he was emphasizing the importance of receiving, of accepting, loving corrections. Of course, with the example of the young ruler explained by Jesus out of love. So we have always something we need to correct as Jehovah's servants. So there is always a thing wrong with you. There's always one thing you can improve. You can never learn enough. You can always do better. You can always make more hours in the ministry. I didn't find it encouraging at all. But he compared reactions to corrections to fragile teacups that shatter, plastic cups that endure but resent, and trees that bend and grow with the wind. The key lesson was, of course, when the wind comes, and that's the correction of the elders, your friend, or the Bible when you are reading that, we should not resist or resent, but like the tree, you have to bend with the wind because then you get stronger roots. Just humbly accept it. Apply it. Don't fight it, the correction. Just take it. So that was Brother Hurt. Then we got somebody who always works on my nerves. It's always getting on my nerves. Jeffrey Winder. The beauty of Bible principles. He was highlighting how Jehovah guides his people through timeless biblical principles than rigid rules. Because laws address specific right or wrong matters. But principle teach us to reason and make wise choices that reflect Jehovah's thinking. Because we are adults. There, you make a rule to a young child, don't run with the scissors. But if we are older, we know that scissors are sharp and that it's not comfortable to run with them because you have sharp scissors in your hand. So then it becomes a principle. And that's what they try to do with the beard, the pens, the toasting. And aren't you afraid as a governing body that people are not dressed properly into ministry? That they are not dressed properly in the congregation? That they have too much, how do you call it? That they have too much contact with people who are removed, that it's not a simple hello or come to the congregation, but that they have more contact. And then he went on and on and on about the principle, about personal appearance, about association, about education, that we will naturally honor Jehovah and bring him glory if we apply those principles. So living by principles allows us to act wisely, maintain unity, etc., etc. It's really annoying talk from him. So I think it was based on a lot of critique that they got as a governing body. I think that they had a lot of messages about suddenly changing things in the organization. But he was clever and said that these were principles that were never a law in the scripture. But he never made an excuse that the governing body was the one who made it a rule for all the Jehovah Witnesses on planet Earth. No word. So we prove ourselves trustworthy as spiritual men and women, guided by God's light in these critical last days. But again, no new announcement. Nothing about birthdays, nothing about other things we thought maybe that's gonna happen. Nothing. But he said we are making adjustments in now and in the future based on principles. Then we had the talk of David's plane. David's plane. My Father, my God, my friend. So the three roles that Jehovah has in our life. He is a loving Father, He's a powerful God, and a loyal friend. And Jehovah proves loyal and trustworthiness to us, and like he was dealing with Abraham, and you must have a close, affectionate relationship with Jehovah, imitating his compassion, his loyalty, and how we deal with others. And then we got Become Jehovah's Friends, the epic series. Jehovah is a real person. And it was a video, I believe, with Caleb. It's like a musical video. It was cringy. Boo! It was bad. So then we got to Jacob Rumpf, also a boring speaker. Keep it simple, the fifth talk. We have to make it more natural, more loving, more uncomplicated, our ministry. We talk too much, we say too much, we don't assess the situation good enough. So he did four principles he introduced. Greet people warmly to build trust, know your territory, share an encouraging message, and avoid comparing yourself with others. Again, nothing. Then we have our bro, Gage Flegel. Also, I don't like Gage Flegel at all. His sixth talk, God is really among you. So, all those old examples he had, Nazi Germany, Rwanda, and what non-witnesses were telling about Jehovah Witnesses. So we can assume that we are God's people as Jehovah Witnesses. Because even the Nazis said, oh, your God is the only true God, and stuff like that. So his talk concluded reminding all Jehovah's people to stand out to genuine love and peace, clear evidence of his spirit. Genuine love and peace. Where is the genuine love for everybody who is still their child, nephew, or niece who is not a Jehovah Witness? Where is the love? Black Eyed Peas. But where is that love? He encourages people to genuinely love other people, compassionate about other people, while you're ruining so many lives with abuse, with shunning, removing, whatever you want to call it. Where is that love? So we go on to, oh yeah, Jody Jedley. Big golden ring with a red emerald in it. Mr. Money of Warwick. I don't know why he had to dress like that, but it is crazy. And then we got the first news of the annual meeting. Walk courageously with God. It's a book, 3 sections, 61 Bible characters. So, all life stories, valuable lessons of faith, bravery, and this beautiful illustrated book is designed to help readers strengthen their spirituality, draw courage from Jehovah, face challenges with confidence, ensuring they continue walking courageously with God and forever, now and forever. So that's the first thing what's news of the annual meeting. Walk courageously with God. I think we had also a book like this, like Jeremiah, Josiah, I don't know what's, from all those people already with life lessons from them. So I don't know what's new about this, but I thought we already had something like this. Let me know in the comments, but I don't know what the title of that book is, but it was a little book, and it's also with all the names and what we can learn from those people. Let me know in the comments. I'm anxious now to know what the title is. Then we have our brother Kenneth Cook. Now, a little adjustments they made. One of the adjustments they made is regular movement. Don't get comfortable, people at Bethel, because we use you and kick you out. Adjustment number 1. Regular movement, or not a lifetime assignment. So Bethel is now not a lifetime assignment anymore. If we don't need you, you can go. We send you into the field. Adjustment number 2. We accelerate the trainings. So they need young people. They can train, they bring energy. We have a video about old people loving that the new guys are coming in, the younger generation, and they named it, the young ones bring their energy, the old ones bring their wisdom. But the way people were sitting there, also in the audience, it's awkward. A lot of Bethelites are sitting in the audience and hearing it's not a lifetime assignment, so everyone is fearing for their job in that audience. The young guys come in and you see the older ones in the video have to be, as it seems, happy with this new arrangement, but they know they are getting dismissed from Bethel maybe tomorrow. So it is an awkward situation. Why? Because number 3 of the adjustment is a wise use of volunteers and commuters. There is more focus now on remote. You don't have to be physically in Bethel to work with Bethel. And we know those commuters and those remote people, they can be full-time pioneer because they can write those hours for Bethel as ministry hours. And it's better because you have someone in Taiwan working for you and you don't have to pay his medical health care. You don't have to pay nothing, not an allowance on Bethel. And they can do your work for free, and you give them a little bit of slack by giving them some hours. hours in ministry that mean nothing to the governing body. But they don't have to pay for medical aid, they don't have to pay for housing, they don't have to give you allowance, you don't eat their food. So it saves them a lot of money. So they are staffing down in Bethel. And then we got to, what's his name? Oh, it's the same. It's Kenneth Cook, I believe. The biggest announcement after that new book, Walking Courageously with God, is 9 new tracts. Whoa! 9 new tracts, people. It's a tract and it's divided in tracts of 3. 1 is the future, 2 is family, 3 is about God. They belong together. Then we have a prayer, then we have Jesus, and then we have God's kingdom. Then we have, of course, Jehovah Witnesses, suffering, death, and religion. And those last 3 come with a video. Because he held one with the business card with jw.org. People don't know where to look because it's a big website with 10,000 of articles. So it's easy now. You give that tract, a little one, it's a small one, a pocket one, especially for where the conversation is going. So if the conversation is going about how is the future gonna look, you know, oh, I have to have this tract. We all have to chew it down for them. So that's the announcement I made by, I believe, Jeffrey Jackson. That the tracts are now available and it comes in JW library and stuff like that. Then they called the attendance figures, stream 178,000 people. I was present with 25 people. I put 25 in. So that whole JW stream was filled with apostates. And the funny thing is, that book, Walk Courageously with God, the tracts, the 2 biggest announcements of the annual meeting, were already leaked on Reddit by a source. So that was a good source, people. I already read it and I thought, hey, this one I know. Hey, this one I know. So there is someone on Reddit who has a very, very, very good, reliable source. So the apostates knew it before the Jehovah Witnesses. And that's something that encourages me, that we know that organization better than their own followers. So then, of course, we go on with a lot of trivia questions again, and then we get almost a final talk. But that was Brother Led, Jehovah matchless record as a deliverer. And of course, people, where do you think Brother Led is talking about? Brother Led is the king of death, the king of genocide. Brother Led is everything. His enthusiasm about death is mind-boggling. He was having it that angels have the power to kill the entire population of Earth several times over. He was so happy about that he knew that. What a loving arrangement of Jehovah, that he has enough angels in his back pocket. He can pull it out his sleeve to kill the earth a few times over. The whole earth, everybody on the earth. So powerful of Jehovah. What a loving God, that he has more than enough angels to kill us a few times over at Armageddon. And he is so passionate about talking about death and genocide and angels this and angels that and the lion and Daniel, and it was a talk about he really adores angels who can bring death to the whole planet. As if he's enjoying it. I don't know, but it's a weird thing. Victories of Jehoshaphat, Gideon, the plagues of Egypt, all the nasty stuff he was highlighting. And each account proved Jehovah's precise timing, his power, and his care for his loyal servants. So he is the ultimate matchless deliverer. Then, of course, we had at the end Sanderson himself, and he had to talk, Jehovah will perfectly deliver his people at Armageddon. That despite the instability of the governments, the violence, the fear we have in today's world, Jehovah will help you. Jehovah, you don't have to live in fear, because Jehovah protects his people. It's not only a spiritual protection, but Jehovah is also physically gonna protect you. But how does he protect us at Armageddon? We don't know. Ironically, they don't know. And it was one corny fest of jokes and stupid jokes. Because Jehovah has AI to help us. Almighty intelligence. Ha 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 ha. Everybody was laughing in that audience. It was people, you can't make this up. But we have to keep on the watch. And then of course you have that householder and that thief illustration, that the householder, if he knows when the thief is coming, he stays awake. So we have to be keeping ourselves at the watch. So that means Jehovah can kill us, or the angels can kill us a few times over any second of the day. He talked about 144,000 as a number, so they're not going to change that. They have laws, they said, about the blood doctrine, about other things, so that's not going to change in the near future, I believe. So we have a new book, we have a new 9 new tracts, we have some adjustments. Bethel is not a lifetime assignment. You can come, but you can also go as quick as you came. And after the Jesus episodes, we're getting a new series, and that's the Acts of Apostles. And to promote that, of course, they had a Ramapo video. That is the headquarters video center. So they showed us not that Ramapo is delayed. They never said something about that. No, it's just a video that 2 people were interviewed and how happy they are that they filled in the application and that they can drive a little truck there with some stones in it. That's all. So guys, that was the annual meeting as quickly as I could make it. A lot of nothing. Lot of boring talks about temples, about keeping on the watch, about accepting that something is wrong with you. Samuel Hurt, the oldest governing body member, more than 90 years old already. There's always a thing lacking of you. You can always do better. We have new tracks. We have no excuse that we can't make a conversation now. So go out, keep on the watch. Armageddon is near, and we only have a new book, some adjustments in Bethel, not a lifetime assignment, and 9 new tracts. No new governing body members, nothing about birthdays, nothing about 144,000. David's plane, last time, he was the one with the overlapping generation. This time, nothing burger. A lot of weird jokes, a lot of funny stuff. They try to be funny, but I can't make it any better than this, people. This is it. Tracts, new book, some adjustments at Bethel. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, and we see each other on the next episode.